Welcome to the Karen and Joey Show. I'm Joey Sampaga.
And I am Karen Langston, the only health show with the two best-looking hosts.
That's right. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
So in today's weekly Vital Vibration,
we're talking about coffee and caffeine. Joey, that's not really coffee, is it? Oh, what am I going to do with you?
Why, is it bad for you?
Well, if you have a caffeine sensitivity, coffee is bad.
Oh,
yes, and
okay.
it also depends on the type of coffee that you're drinking as well. Okay? So, before we get into that, let's talk about the history of coffee.
All right. I actually have the history.
Wow.
So coffee originated in Africa around 575 AD, where beans were used as money and consumed as food. So coffee, or caffeine, is a drug and a neurotoxin.
Neurotoxin. Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
A neurotoxin accumulates in the tissues of the nervous system. Okay? So that includes your brain, your spinal cord. So let's talk a little bit about the emotional connections to caffeine.
All right.
And it's actually quite interesting.
Throw one out there.
Okay. Should we talk about coffee first?
Okay, let's do it.
Coffee is all about being loaded down with unwanted responsibilities.
All right.
All right. These type of people are usually doing something that they don't want to be doing, and so they need that caffeine in the morning, that coffee in the morning, to kickstart them, to actually get them through the day.
Okay.
All right. Now that wouldn't be us, of course, because we enjoy what we're doing.
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I personally like the taste of coffee.
Yes.
And you know, I order coffee ice cream and, you know, just anything coffee. I mean, could there be a possibility that I just like the taste?
You can like the taste. However, there is an emotional response to it. What is it that's making you want that taste, that crave, right? So that's what you have to look at, is you have to go past that.
Espresso, yes.
So cafe Americano or espresso, you're usually depressed at a very deep level. You may not even be aware that you are dealing with this type of a depression. And so you seek to fend of resignation, apathy, and you seek strong stimulation, something that's going to stimulate you to get you out of your funk.
Okay.
Okay? Cappuccino, it's what's the use attitude.
What's the use?
What's the use? There's disappointment and there's despair, and it's stemming from emotional neglect as a child.
Okay.
Now, that emotional neglect as a child could actually have physically happened, or it's your perception of neglect as a child. It was how you were perceiving life as a child.
I love chocolate.
Yes. Chocolate is about seeking sensuality and desire. Now, what's interesting about that is women prefer chocolate more than men do.
Okay.
And there's actual studies out there that women prefer chocolate to sex. Or the big O.
Okay.
And that's because chocolate is reliable. Okay? And it also increases your endorphins, which is your feel-good emotions and feelings. Okay?
Diet Cola.
Diet Colas.
All right.
They provide energy and excitement. And the best part is they are without commitment.
Without commitment.
Okay, so that's why a lot of dieters turn to diet drinks, because they want to lose weight, but they don't want to commit to that losing of weight.
I see.
In
So,
their daily life.
they don't want to commit, is what you're saying.
Yes, there's commitment issues. Commitment to responsibility, commitment to relationships, commitment to themselves. Their perceptions of an untrustworthy childhood. Something happened that allowed for that.
Okay,
yes.
how about colas?
Just
regular colas.
Especially isolating, stemming from an underlying separation, despair. They're into emotional isolation. Now this is really interesting because they feel impoverished. There's a lot of impatience, and they feel that they're too far removed from mainstream culture, artificially seeking successful, affluent, and socially accepted clubs. I do somatic intuitive training, so if you wanted to explore this further, you can always give me a call or an email.
Yes, and her contact information is right over here.
Let's do a little test.
All right.
Let's find out if we are dealing with a caffeine sensitivity.
All right.
So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Especially after consuming a caffeine product. Have you ever had any nausea or vomiting, headaches, convulsions, tremors, insomnia, frequent urination or bladder irritation, irregular heartbeat or an irregular flip-flop, or the type of heartbeat where you've actually gone to the doctors and everything's okay, but you still don't know what's going on. And a ringing sound in the ear is known as tinnitus, or tinnitus for some. And if you're female, if you're dealing with fibrocystic breast, now you're probably not dealing with that, but men can get it as well. Just wanted to let you know before you start going off on a chuckle.
All right, good.
All right, so how many do you have?
So out of those questions, I had 4.
You had 4. So you have a mild caffeine sensitivity. Now, we will be including in the links and docs the entire questionnaire. This is just a snippet of the questionnaire.
Yeah, so links and docs section right down
so
here.
fill it out and then you'll know instantly whether or not you have a caffeine sensitivity.
Okay.
So what can we do about it?
Yes, what can we do?
Well, the first thing we're going to talk about, because we owe an apology.
Yes.
Yes, we owe an apology to Elizabeth and Ticino.
Ticino.
Right. Elizabeth is the PR for Ticino, and it's actually Ticino, but in our video we called it Ticino.
Yes.
And it's actually Ticino. What is Ticino? Ticino is a coffee substitute. Absolutely no caffeine in here, and they come from the ramen nut. And then there's a whole bunch of herbs as well. Now, you brew it just like coffee. This is what you're looking for, Ticino, TEECCINO.com. And you can get a free sample there, enough to make a whole pot of coffee.
Cool.
If we have to have our colas, let's try and get to a more natural source. This is Hansen's Natural Cane Vanilla Cola.
Those are delicious. I've actually had
Have
some
you?
of those. Oh, yes, I love those.
Well, the thing that's interesting about this, number 1, there's no high fructose corn syrup, okay? Number 2, the caffeine is actually coming from the entire koala nut plant, or nut seed, okay?
Okay, so it's more natural.
Right, but did you know that in your conventional colas, I'm not going to say which ones, they actually have maybe 5% caffeine coming from the koala nut, which is a natural source.
Okay.
The rest of it is actually coming from the decaffeination process with coffee. And that sludge is then added to your regular drinks.
Okay.
And that's where your caffeine's coming from. Plus, they have a whole bunch of additives and preservatives that you just don't need. So, as much as I'd like to get you off of your colas, let's go one step in the better direction, which is Hansen's. And there's also, this is pretty new, Zevia. Zevia. Now, it's coming from the koala nut as well. This is a diet soda.
Okay.
However, it has stevia. And stevia is from a plant, and it's 1,000 times sweeter than sugar, but it doesn't affect your insulin levels. And what are we going to do with that? One more sip, and then we're going to get him on to some really healthy stuff.
So we hope you enjoyed today's show. Wasn't that fun, Karen?
It was great. Didn't you learn a lot?
I did. Live healthy.
Be healthy.
And stay healthy.
And heal thy vital vibration. Bye.
Welcome to the Karen and Joey Show. I'm Joey Sampaga.
And I am Karen Langston.
In today's weekly Vital Karen and Joey Show, I'm Joey Sampaga.
And I am Karen Langston.
Hey, Karen, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Joey. How are you?
In today's I totally ignored you. In today's weekly Vital Vibration.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Weekly? No, it's not weekly.
This week's Vital Vibration.
This week's Vital Vibration.
This week's Vital Vibration.
In this week's Vital Vibration.
In this week's.
Okay.
All right. Langston, and this is the only health show where you'll have the best looking host.
Well, thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
And right back at you.
Well, thank you.
Right back. Okay, I'm going to get this one for sure.
Okay.
So we hope you enjoyed today's
Vital Vibration.
Hope you enjoyed today's
Was I supposed to say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
You enjoyed today's show. Live health. No.
So we hope you enjoyed today's Vital Vibration.
No, because you got to do that on the last part,
heal
right?
thy vital vibration.
That's the last part. So we hope...
Go get your coffee.